Hello YouTube, this is VidHead85, that child-free guy banner, and we are taking a quick stop to BuzzFeed Work and Money. This was posted April, and it is an article, and this is what it says, and you will see it here. So when Nedra Tawwab tweeted, "I don't know who needs to hear this, but being child-free doesn't mean being more available," it really struck a chord with a lot of people. Tawwab, a licensed therapist and author of Set Boundaries and Find Peace, a guide to reclaiming yourself, told BuzzFeed, "People without children have become burnt out, especially during the pandemic, and they've been expected to do more. The perception is that when you don't have children, you have more time available and can therefore offer more support. But we can't offer support if we're burnt out ourselves. People must advocate for free time and challenge the expectation that they must be more flexible. It seems like a punishment to have more expected of you because you don't have children. All humans have a specific capacity to operate effectively. Demanding more of people when their capacity is full does not increase productivity, it decreases it." So New Year, New Me tweeted back, "I ended up working on a Thanksgiving that was also my birthday once because you didn't have plans anyway and it's a family day." Yeah, I did. My mom made my favorite cake and all of my favorite cousins came. Thanks, Geraldine. "We would also like to get home at a reasonable hour." Corbin Warner says, "Hate that with a passion, especially in the workplace. It is my job. In my job, first consulting job, I'd always get sent to the middle of nowhere for weeks, while colleagues with kids always got the cushy local contracts because they needed to be home by 6. And I didn't. And we deserve and value our time too." Shannon Gray says, "Pre-kids as an event manager, my childless co-worker and I had to work all evening and weekend events because the other managers had kids. Barely saw my fiance. Post-kids, I always remember that frustration that my time wasn't considered as valuable. Total BS. Oh no." People rightly pointed out that child-free people may be in school or doing other activities that take up a lot of time outside of work. Baby Batty says, "This is such a big thing with young workers especially. When I was a student, employers felt so entitled to literally all of my time that wasn't taken up in my class schedule. Like, hello, I also needed to study and deserve to have a life." Others pointed out that child-free people often have obligations like helping other family members or volunteer work. ELJ of Rich City, Virginia says, "Nope. Working 3 jobs, back in school, helping my mom, niece and nephews, and volunteer medic duty. I deserve rest and time off too. I set my own boundaries and stick to them. You made a choice to have children, so own it. Don't assume I'm more available." And some people might actually want to have kids, but they don't or can't due to circumstances out of their control. Our reproductive status can be a really sensitive topic, and bosses shouldn't be bringing it up to guilt us into working more. Someone replied, "Doesn't mean that your life is easy either. I am child-free because I went down with MS at the point I was ready to adopt a kid age 36. It hurts like nothing else when people with children compare their burden to mine. They actually do this. Guess I never understand." And a few people pointed out that companies need to solve these scheduling problems without pitting workers against another. Therese Schechter says, "This is a management issue that DEI programs need to address. If you have the same contract as the parent sitting next to you, then you have the same rights to time off. There may be seniority rules, but other than that, you should have the same access administered equitably." Others shared their absolutely inspiring boundary setting advice. Black Tired of Being Tired Butterfly, pronoun she, her, says, "100% this. When people, especially supervisors, would ask me if I could cover for or stay late because excess kids' family to get home to, I'd let them know I was busy. Busy could mean going home to my dog, sitting on my couch, watching TV. I was busy living my chosen life." I like that. Just, I'm busy, no explanation. Because that's definitely something that, hey, everybody's busy. People know what busy is. Repeat after me, "I have a commitment." UMC Crypto Deacon says, "Yep, And people without children are not obligated to explain or defend the way they use their time. It's nobody's business. Please don't believe you must explain why you turned down a request. If pushed, I have a commitment is enough, even if your commitment is to rest. And finally, this is an absolutely wild solution to a problem nobody would be having in the first place if bosses would treat more workers equitably. Kelly, the Dark Mother, says, there were multiple times that I swore I would invent some children for my next employer. To which spells thusly, Catherine says, a colleague of mine did this, mentioned his daughter casually and around the office, took off work to take her to the doctor sometimes, took her birthday off each year to spend with her, and after I left the company, he shared with me that the kid was made up. Legendary. Yeah, people shouldn't have to talk about kids as if they have them. But that's definitely, hey, you know what? I don't blame them for doing that because let's face it, it's so much easier to take off when you do have kids. And it should not be. That's not something that you just should not be, that shouldn't be a thing. All right. Thank you so much for joining us and for an episode of That Child-Free Guy where we went into BuzzFeed and kind of Twitter all along the same way. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. And just thank you so much. If you made it to the end of this, please, if there are other articles or anything like that, you can tell me. If it won't let you post the link, at least give me the name of the title, and maybe where I can find it. So have a great day and have a great and child-free day.